Okay, so most of the time these questions would just involve like some sort of process of elimination, but they will provide some answers that we can easily get rid of. So determine which of the following statements regarding these techniques is true. Well, first one says Redington immunization requires that convexity of liabilities is greater than the convexity of assets. One, that doesn't make sense because why would we want any sort of liability being greater than asset? And two, we know that the third role of Redington immunization is that the convexity of assets should always be greater than the convexity of liability. So A is out. B is an advantage of technique over the cash flow is that the portfolio manager has more investment choices available. We don't know for sure, so let's go now. Both Redington immunization and full immunization are based on the assumption that the yield curve has higher yields for longer term investments. Well, we're gonna have to leave that on pause. A full immunization portfolio ensures that the present value of assets will exceed the present value of liability of non-portfolio. Well, I feel like this part of the sentence is unclear to me, but all I've learned most of the time is that we always want to ensure that present values are always equal to each other. So D is out. E, a cash flow matched portfolio requires less rebalancing than a Redington immunization portfolio, but more rebalancing than fully immunization. I've never really learned the specifics of rebalancing, and this answer seems quite specific in how there is some comparison between the two. So I would just cross out E. So again, both are based on assumption that I've heard that Redington immunization, full immunization are different in ways that full immunization deals with yield rates that are either high or low, like they're more broader in scope, whereas Redington isn't and only deals with small changes. So they both can't be based on the same type of assumption dealing with yield curve. So that's why C is out. And for B, it says an advantage of Redington immunization technique over the cash flow is that the portfolio manager has more investment choices available. Well, I mean, I think that could make sense because cash flow matching technique is dealing with matching the amount of assets that we have with our liabilities to finance it. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to think of any other explanation of why B is correct besides the fact that I was able to easily get rid of the other answer choices, and that's why I chose B. But we definitely know A is not true. We definitely know D is not true. We definitely know that E is just kind of odd because I just never really, it's very specific in how they're talking about rebalancing and they're saying that cash flows is less and then more, and C always learned that full immunization was more flexible towards yield curves. So that's why C is definitely out. So that's why I chose B.